If you're considering a used Ford Super Duty, the model year you choose matters more than most buyers realize. Some years require extra research before committing, while others have earned a reputation for long-term durability under real work conditions. In this video, I'm breaking down 5 Super Duty years to approach carefully and 5 that owners consistently trust. So stay to the end, because the most dependable options aren't always the ones you'd expect. Starting with the 5 years to research carefully. Number 1. 2003 to 2005. Ford F-250/F-350, the 6-liter Powerstroke nightmare. The 2003 to 2005 Super Duty trucks with the 6-liter Powerstroke diesel are widely regarded as some of the most problematic heavy-duty trucks ever built. This engine holds the unfortunate distinction of being what many consider Ford's biggest diesel disaster, and there's one specific reason why. The 6-liter uses torque-to-yield head bolts that stretch under normal operating conditions, leading to blown head gaskets that mix coolant with oil. When this happens, you're not looking at a simple repair. You're facing a complete engine rebuild that can easily cost $8,000 to $12,000. According to various reliability databases and owner reports, the 6-liter Powerstroke has one of the highest failure rates of any modern diesel engine. The problems typically surface between 80,000 and 150,000 miles, right when most people are buying these trucks used on the secondary market. But head gaskets aren't the only issue. The 6-liter also suffers from clogged EGR coolers that can cause overheating and fuel injection control module failures that leave you stranded. The cruel irony is that when everything works, the 6-liter makes impressive power and torque. If you find a 6-liter that's been bulletproofed with ARP head studs, updated EGR cooler, and FICM replacement, it might be worth considering. But most examples on used lots are ticking time bombs waiting to explode your budget. With so many other years available, why take the risk? Number 2. 2008 to 2010. Ford F-250/F-350, the 6.4-liter complexity trap. Just when you thought Ford learned from the 6-liter disaster, they introduced the 6.4-liter Powerstroke for 2008 to 2010 and somehow made things worse. This engine represents the peak of diesel complexity before emissions regulations were fully understood. The 6.4-liter was the first Super Duty diesel to use a diesel particulate filter, and the early DPF systems were poorly calibrated. The regeneration process would dump raw fuel into the oil, diluting it to the point where engine damage was inevitable. Many owners report oil changes every 3,000 miles just to prevent catastrophic failure. What makes the 6.4-liter particularly expensive to own is that when it fails catastrophically. Unlike the 6-liter where you might limp to a shop, 6.4-liter failures often involve cracked pistons or complete engine seizure. Replacement costs can easily exceed $15,000, and that's if you can find a shop willing to tackle the job. Owner reports and forum discussions consistently rank the 6.4-liter as even worse than the 6-liter for long-term reliability. The engine also suffers from radiator leaks, turbocharger failures, and emission system problems that can cost thousands to repair. The 6.4-liter's short 3-year production run tells you everything you need to know about its success. Ford couldn't wait to replace it with the 6.7-liter, and neither should you consider buying one unless you enjoy expensive surprises. Number 3. 2011 Ford F-250/F-350, the early 6.7-liter growing pains. The 2011 Super Duty marked Ford's transition to their in-house 6.7-liter Powerstroke diesel, and while this engine would eventually become excellent, the first year had significant teething problems that make it a risky used purchase. The biggest issue with 2011 models is the ceramic bearing turbocharger that's prone to sudden, catastrophic failure. When the turbo goes, it often sends debris through the entire intake system, turning a $3,000 turbo replacement into an $8,000 engine rebuild. Early 6.7-liter engines also use problematic CP4 fuel pumps that can fail without warning and contaminate the entire fuel system with metal debris. When a CP4 pump fails, you're looking at replacing not just the pump, but often the entire fuel system, including injectors, lines, and tank cleaning. The 2011 model year also featured fragile exhaust gas temperature sensors that would trigger limp mode for minor issues, leaving you with a truck that barely moves despite nothing being seriously wrong. These sensors are expensive to replace and prone to repeated failure. According to NHTSA data and owner reports, 2011 has a higher frequency of emissions-related problems than later 6.7-liter years. While the engine's basic design is sound, the supporting systems needed more development time to reach reliability. If you're considering a 2011, verify that the turbocharger and fuel system have been updated with revised components. But honestly, later 6.7-liter years offer the same capability with much better reliability. Number 4, 2017 Ford F-250/F-350, the aluminum body launch issues. The 2017 Super Duty represents Ford's major redesign with an aluminum body, and like most first-year redesigns, it came with problems that make it a questionable used purchase. The most notorious issue is the dreaded death wobble that affects a significant number of 2017 models. Death wobble isn't just a scary name, it's a violent shaking of the front end that typically occurs at highway speeds and can make the truck nearly uncontrollable. The problem usually stems from worn track bar bushings and steering dampers that fail prematurely on 2017 models. Beyond the suspension issues, 2017 Super Duties also suffered from widespread door latch recalls due to frozen mechanisms that could trap occupants inside the vehicle. This isn't just inconvenient, it's a legitimate safety concern that required extensive recall campaigns. The 2017 model year also introduced Ford's new Sync 3 infotainment system, which was plagued with software glitches, connectivity problems, and complete system freezes. While not mechanically critical, these issues are incredibly frustrating for daily use. Owner reports suggest the death wobble problem is most severe in 2017, with later years showing significant improvement. The combination of suspension problems, door latch recalls, and electronic gremlins makes 2017 a year to approach with extreme caution. If you find a 2017 that's had all recalls completed and shows no signs of death wobble during the test drive, it might be acceptable. But with better years available, why start your Super Duty ownership with known problems? Number 5. 2023 Ford F-250/F-350, the high-output axle recall. The 2023 Super Duty introduced Ford's new high-output version of the 6.7-liter Powerstroke, making an impressive 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately, it also introduced a serious safety recall involving fracturing rear axle shafts that could cause loss of control. The recall affects thousands of 2023 Super Duties and involves the rear axle shaft literally breaking under load, potentially causing the truck to lose power to the rear wheels without warning. Imagine pulling a heavy trailer up a mountain when your rear axle suddenly fails. That's not just inconvenient, it's dangerous. As the first year of the 5th generation Super Duty, 2023 also suffers from typical first-year production issues, including software glitches in the new digital dashboard and transmission programming problems with the 10R140 10-speed automatic. The high-output 6.7-liter diesel, while powerful, also introduced new complexity with its advanced turbocharging system and emissions controls. Early adopters have reported various minor issues as Ford works out the bugs in the new system. Being a refresh year, 2023 models also faced part shortage issues during production, leading to quality control problems and delayed deliveries. Some trucks left the factory with missing components or temporary fixes that needed later correction. If you're considering a 2023, run the VIN through Ford's recall database to ensure the axle recall has been completed. The high-output engine is impressive when it works properly, but you don't want to be the one dealing with early production problems. Now, let's flip the script and talk about the Super Duty years that'll serve you faithfully, whether you're towing horse trailers or hauling construction equipment. Number 1. 2002 Ford F-250/F-350, the 7.3-liter Powerstroke legend. If you want a Super Duty that'll outlast your mortgage, look for a 2002 model with a legendary 7.3-liter Powerstroke diesel. This engine is widely considered the holy grail of diesel reliability, and there's good reason for its reputation. The 7.3-liter Powerstroke is essentially a mechanical diesel with minimal electronics, making it incredibly durable and easy to maintain. Many examples have run well over 400,000 miles with basic maintenance, and the engine responds well to simple modifications for increased power. What makes the 7.3-liter so dependable is what it doesn't have. No complex emissions equipment, no high-pressure fuel systems, no variable geometry turbochargers. Just a simple, well-engineered diesel that does diesel things without complaint. The 2002 model year represents the peak of 7.3-liter development, with all the early bugs worked out and reliability optimized. Consumer Reports and other reliability surveys consistently rated these years highly for long-term durability. The main weakness of 2002 Super Duties is the 4R100 4-speed automatic transmission, which can struggle with heavy towing loads. However, the transmission is easily upgraded, and many consider it a small price to pay for 7.3-liter reliability. Values on 7.3-liter Super Duties remain strong because knowledgeable buyers recognize their quality. You'll pay more upfront, but the long-term ownership costs are typically much lower than newer, more complex diesels. Number 2, 2015 to 2016, Ford F-250/F-350, the steel body peak. The 2015 to 2016 Super Duties represent the absolute pinnacle of the third-generation platform, combining 13 years of continuous refinement with proven powertrains. These are widely considered the most reliable modern Super Duties you can buy. By 2015, Ford had updated the 6.7-liter Powerstroke with a larger GT37 turbocharger and improved cooling system, addressing virtually all the problems that plagued the 2011 to 2014 models. The result is an engine that delivers impressive power with excellent reliability. The 2015 to 2016 models also feature the proven 6R1406 speed transmission, which many enthusiasts prefer over the newer 10-speed for heavy-duty durability. The transmission programming was fully mature by this point, providing smooth operation and excellent towing performance. What's particularly impressive about these years is their versatility. They're equally comfortable as daily drivers or heavy-duty work trucks, with refined ride quality and excellent build quality throughout. According to various reliability sources, 2015 to 2016 Super Duties show some of the lowest average annual repair costs in the platform's history. Most issues are routine maintenance items rather than expensive failures. For buyers who want modern capability without the complexity of the latest technology, 2015 to 2016 represents the sweet spot. It's new enough to have current safety features, but old enough to avoid first-generation problems. Number 3. 2019 Ford F-250/F-350, the 6-speed finale. The 2019 Super Duty holds a special place in truck history as the final year of the proven 6-speed transmission paired with the mature 6.7-liter Powerstroke. This combination represents the peak of Ford's diesel development before the 10-speed transition. By 2019, Ford had released multiple updates for the 6.7-liter diesel engine, addressing the turbocharger and fuel system issues that affected earlier years. The result is an engine that's both powerful and reliable, with most bugs worked out through years of real-world use. The 2019 model year also benefits from having the aluminum body without the early production issues that plagued 2017 models. The death wobble problems were largely resolved, and the build quality was significantly improved. What makes 2019 particularly appealing is that it represents the last of the simple Super Duties before Ford added more complexity with the 10-speed transmission and advanced driver assistance systems. Owner reports and reliability surveys consistently show 2019 as one of the strongest years for the Super Duty platform. The combination of mature powertrain, resolved body issues, and proven transmission makes it an excellent choice. Values on 2019. Super Duties remain strong because they represent the best of both worlds: modern capability with proven reliability. It's the truck that many consider the last of the truly dependable Super Duties. Number 4. 2022 Ford F-250/F-350, the Godzilla V8 maturity. If you prefer gasoline over diesel, the 2022 Super Duty with the 7.3-liter Godzilla V8 represents the peak of Ford's gas engine development. By 2022, the early spark plug and lifter issues from the engine's 2020 launch had been largely addressed. The 7.3-liter Godzilla V8 produces 430 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque, providing impressive capability for buyers who don't need diesel power. The engine is naturally aspirated, making it simpler and potentially more reliable than turbocharged alternatives. What's particularly appealing about the 2022 gas models is their lower purchase price compared to diesel equivalents, combined with simpler maintenance requirements. No DEF fluid, no DPF regeneration, no high-pressure fuel system complexity. The 2022 model year also included Ford's 12-inch interior screen upgrade while avoiding the assembly line issues that affected some 2023 models during the production transition. Owner feedback suggests the 2022 Godzilla V8 models are showing excellent reliability, with most issues being minor software glitches rather than mechanical problems. For buyers who don't need maximum towing capacity, it's an excellent choice. The combination of proven powertrain, mature platform, and lower complexity makes 2022 gas Super Duties a smart choice for many buyers. They offer most of the capability with less potential for expensive problems. Number 5. 2026 Ford F-250/F-350, the refined current model. As the current model year, the 2026 Super Duty benefits from several years of refinements to the 10-speed transmission software and the high-output diesel supporting systems. Based on available data as of early 2026, most early production issues have been addressed. The 2026 model incorporates improvements learned from the 2023 launch problems, including updated axle components and refined transmission programming. Any major first-year bugs from the redesign have been addressed through factory updates and over-the-air software patches. What makes 2026 particularly appealing is that it represents the modern Super Duty without the early adopter risks. You get the latest safety features, updated interior, and refined powertrains without being a beta tester for Ford's engineers. Early reliability indicators suggest 2026 models are showing fewer issues than the problematic 2023 launch year. The high-output 6.7-liter diesel has had time to mature, and the 10-speed transmission programming has been significantly improved. For buyers who want maximum capability with the latest technology, 2026 represents the culmination of Ford's Super Duty development. It's the truck that 2023 buyers hoped they were getting. The combination of proven powertrains, resolved early issues, and mature platform makes 2026 an excellent choice for buyers who need the latest features with improved reliability. The Ford Super Duty story is really about learning from mistakes and continuous improvement. The years to be especially cautious with 2003 to 2005, 2008 to 2010, 2011, 2017, and 2023 all represent times when Ford was either launching new technology or dealing with unresolved engineering problems. The best bet years, 2002, 2015 to 2016, 2019, 2022, and 2026, show what happens when engineering has time to mature and problems get resolved. The lesson here isn't that Ford builds unreliable trucks. It's that timing matters enormously when buying a Super Duty. The difference between a legendary workhorse and an expensive nightmare often comes down to model year selection and understanding the specific issues each generation faced. Do your homework, understand the history, and choose wisely. The right Super Duty will haul your heaviest loads, serve your business faithfully, and run for hundreds of thousands of miles. The wrong one will teach you expensive lessons about being an early adopter in the heavy-duty truck world. If this helped you avoid a costly mistake, hit that like button and subscribe for more truck buying advice. And remember, the best Super Duty is the one that shows up to work every day without drama, ready to earn its keep.